So this is everything we should need to change the oil in my 21 Chevy Duramax turbo diesel, and it should be the same from 17 to 23, I believe. Double check your owner's manual, but basically the operation's gonna be the same. So here we go. Gotta have 10 quarts of oil. Gotta have the right oil filter. Right there's the one I've got. Says it works for my truck. Need a 15mm socket. I wouldn't recommend using a crescent wrench or channel locks. You're gonna tear that bolt up. 15mm socket. You're gonna need an oil wrench that fits the diameter of your oil filter. I'll show you that. I'll see how this fits right down on there. It's gonna be perfect. All right, the other thing I recommend, some shop rags or paper towels. And obviously, you're gonna need something to drain the oil in. Let's get started. So like many of you guys, I don't have a lift, so I do like to actually jack the truck up a little bit and give me just a little more clearance underneath it. So let's get this thing lifted up so I can get underneath there and change this oil. So that might not seem like much, but I'll tell you what, that extra 4 or 5 inches will help you do this oil change really fast. Okay, I'm gonna loosen this up. I do recommend rubber gloves. There we go. All right, here we go. There we go. Drop your bolt down in the pan. Let it drip off. All right, the oil is drained out. It's time to put the drain plug back in. There we go. Wipe everything down and tighten it up. I'm gonna snug this pretty good, but don't overdo it. You'll strip the threads. Yeah, it's a good tug on it. That's good enough. So there is the oil filter. We're gonna loosen it first. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Okay. I would just let that drain out. New filter back on. We got it hand tight, and then we're just gonna go a little more with the wrench. There we go. That's nice and tight. We won't have any leaks that way. Go ahead and wipe it down a little bit. So we don't want anything dripping when we start it up, making us think we have a leak. There we go. Okay, so we should be done underneath the truck, barring any unforeseen leaks, and we will check for that before we go anywhere when we're done. So right now I'm gonna let the truck back down. I love how tall these new trucks sit, but unfortunately when you've got to get in the engine bay, sometimes you got to use a ladder, and I don't need it any higher than it already is. So let's get this thing back on the ground, and we'll get the oil in it, crank it up, make sure we don't have any leaks. All right, now that we got everything buttoned up underneath the truck, it's time to put the oil in. We're almost done, guys. So here's where you put the oil in. Right there. So we'll just take that off. Highly recommend you use a funnel. And then we're gonna get our oil in. And honestly, I need 2 hands to do this. So I'm just gonna throw the oil in. I'm not gonna bore you with watching oil drip into the motor. But we'll get this done. We're gonna go through the rest of the process, and we're gonna be done pretty quick here. With 10 fresh quarts of oil in the motor, it's time to start it up and make sure we don't have any leaks. Looks like we've got good pressure. Let's check underneath. All right, we're in good shape. I'm going to turn it off. We're going to check the oil level and we should be done. There we go. We're right in the middle of the operating range. Now, last but not least, we're going to go ahead and reset that driver notification. In order to reset the computer on your oil life, you need to have the vehicle running, and I'm going to run you through on the steering wheel how to do that. So this button right here, push it once that way, you'll get that, and then you scroll, fuel range, scroll again, oil life. Then you push it straight in, and then you gotta punch the over button and we reset 100%. Okay, you guys, that's how you change your oil on your 21 Chevy Duramax diesel. It should be the same from 17 to 23. Double check your owner's manual, and my work's done here. You guys have a great day. If you like this kind of video, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and we'll see you on the next tech tip.